Hello, what is up, everybody? It's me again, and today I have some surprising news. Yesterday, my sisters tried pulling another July 14th conversation because I made private TikTok videos in regarding my older sister being a pain in the neck because on last Saturday, in which she was a pain in the neck and ordering me around places and being rude to me and stuff like that and being a nuisance, and yet all three of my sisters get mad at me for that because I didn't like how Sarah treated me last Saturday, going to the college game and back, and also on that day beforehand here and there and things, and and I get blamed for it. Now get this. They were able, now those two TikTok videos that, I've sent to Nico and everybody in our server and that, and, Nico, thank you, Nico, for uploading it, appreciated, so, those two TikTok videos were, wait for it, private, not public, private. Yet, the other day, just yesterday on September 8th, 2024, just yesterday, after church service and that, my sisters lied saying that those TikTok videos were quote unquote public. They even my youngest sister assumed well, even if it was private, it makes no sense how a little small thing like that, would prompt me to make a video on the internet and that. But see, remember that first part of the sentence. If it was private, or what was it? Oh yeah, even if it was private. That's what my youngest sister said. Even if it was private. But wait a minute. They were private. I mean, I literally set it up to I don't really use TikTok much, not really, and I'm retiring from it now because of the stupidity of my sisters and that, obviously, Now they lied that those two videos and that, they lied that it was public, and it wasn't public. It was private. I literally had it set to private where it's only you, where only I could see it. And it was, and even when I went to delete them from my TikTok, it was still private. So, and that was after they tried treating me like garbage and that. And you just lied. You lied. And then how it started is I was in the bathroom washing my face or something, and then in the other bathroom, my older sister's horrendously lied about my sisters, and I was trying to be me or something like that, and being over exaggerant, and then the other three sisters. Well, I have three sisters, not four, three. So I'm the only boy in the sibling ship. Anyway, and then they said about FNAF, or what does this have to do with FNAF? And my youngest sister was annoyed. She was well, you made fun of me for FNAF and that, even though we all apologize for pretending to be like me and that. That is terrible satire. And not only that, it's also putting words into my mouth. The two TikTok videos in response to Sarah's stupidity and that, that had nothing to do with the previous drama that we were over with, and that they always assume that they act like it's ulterior motives. I have ulterior motives. They always try to assume that and stuff, and it's just completely lazy and hyperbolic and just grasping straws. It makes no sense. You're committing eisegesis. Now, what's eisegesis? Eisegesis, when it usually in debate or argument in terms of theology, is when one adds their own interpretation to the text of the Bible and that, rather than you should take exegesis, which exegesis is taking or learning from the text. You read the text and learn from it based on that. and you draw your conclusion based on what you've learned from the text. But eisegesis works the opposite way, so as already explained. And add that example to this situation, which is somewhat different. My sisters added on to the situation, not learned from it. They took it completely out of context based on track record, which had nothing to do with my recent TikTok videos and that, whatever. Like, it wasn't even that deep. Yet they try to further analyze it and fabricate it. They try to fabricate based on track record and that of their stupidity and act like it's for the same reason. And when I explained otherwise. And then my older sister was like, well, you weren't addressing that. I was addressing it. It was implicit, It was implicit. So, and just because I address an issue, whenever I address an issue, I don't have to be explicit, okay? So, and yet you're trying to fabricate and make a mountain out of a molehill. You try to make it more than what it is, You try to, and just because you try to fabricate your lies and make stuff up from your teeth, from whatever pops into your head and stuff like that, and add it to your argument, and then and try to be so desperate and stuff. I mean, you're not gonna win like that, and plus, and FNAF, what in the world? I wasn't even talking about FNAF, and I'm not really associated with it anyway. Well, we all apologize for it. Yeah, you apologize for it, but it's still a fact that you guys mocked me for it beforehand, So, I mean, you shouldn't like it. So, I mean, if you liked it in the first, even before you mocked me in that, why would you mock me for it and then like it? And see, that's a go-to strategy. And then also they try to copy my words or twist my words, and twisting it to something I've never said and throw it into the argument like it's an actual fact, when all it is nothing but just a made-up, fabricated, empty claim that has no basis in reality. And that's just it. And then considering all that has happened, and considering how they argue or try to always project on me, and then they announce my old TikTok name, Kyler Ranfan. I don't know who that is, but they better delete their account. Bro, dude, I'm not gonna delete my whole TikTok account just because you forced me to delete 2 private, say it with me, private videos that you just simply did not like. Oh, really? Maybe if you actually were nicer to me last Saturday, September 7th? Yeah, 2 days ago. Maybe, older sister, if you were nicer to me last Saturday, I wouldn't have made those videos. But because you were a jerk, because you never want to take accountability, and because you always want to blame all your issues on me and act like I'm the problem when in reality I'm not, that's why I made those videos. And responding to your stupidity. It's like someone who punched someone else in the face. And that person's and the guy who got punched sues the other person for punching him. And the guy who punched the other guy is like, why are you suing me? You shouldn't do that. Or I'm going to call the cops. I mean, that's literally about it. And that's literally what you're trying to do. You're blaming me for your stupidity. That's just sad. And for someone who's supposed to be, quote unquote, moral on accountability, you dodge it a lot of times. So, and then get this, and then my older sister said better delete them and that we could tell dad and make this day much better. Bro, no, it'll be much worse. That's terrible satire, by the way. And if anything, I should be the one making the blackmails. Since you're lying about me and lying about these videos being on public, despite they're actually private, they were never set on public view anyway. The only reason I can assume is that you guys hacked into my TikTok somehow, and saw them. That's the only conclusion I can draw upon. I mean, what else is there? I mean, They never were on public, despite even when they lied that they were, they actually were never on public. So you're just straight up lying about that. And then you lie how it was like more than what it is, so you see, well, the thing with girls, and that what's annoying about girls, is that they talk a lot and they try to make a lot of things more complicated than what they actually are, a lot of times. And that doesn't make you smart. And just because you're trying to fabricate a more complex argument for your narrative, that doesn't mean you're smart. That doesn't mean you're smarter than me in this scenario, so, because one can talk a lot and have no idea what they're talking about. And that happens. I mean, you just have to accept it. But they never will accept it because they want to be in the right. They want to be right about everything when they're not. I mean, that's the hard truth. And hate to break it to you, sisters, but you're not 100% correct. You're not 100% correct. You're not 100% right. You're prideful. I mean, you are prideful because you never admit to your fault that you made me feel worse and trying to ruin my life, make my life more harder, and try to push me away from the family and that. But they always try to twist it, and blame it on me to make them feel better. I mean, how'd that make you feel, sisters? Did that make you feel better? Did that help feed your ego? I mean, you're the one with the alter ego of have to be right about everything. I mean, like, seriously. So the Pride and Prejudice book you read, if the Pride and Prejudice was made by my sisters, it would be Pride and Pride. It would. Because their attitude, their personality, heck, the whole narrative is diluted by that. So, and I'm able to see through the lies. I mean, you can't trick me. You cannot trick me. So, I mean, and I've told my friends about this too yesterday, and one of my friends, Haley, she was like, they're probably mad because he called them out. Yeah. That's why they always try to get at me. Like, exactly. There you go. And they actually get, because like, see, they know what's up. And people know that you sisters are dumb. So, I mean, and that's why you always try to start this argument and blame it on me, because I'm calling you out on your sin and you're caught and you're guilty. That's why, no wonder you try to shut me up and be silent about everything, So, but you can't keep me quiet, bro. I have my own way of exposing you. And I don't need to draw attention or make a big production about it either. So, yeah. And then also, my older sister said about well, future posts, if you have anything planned in the past, or I mean in the future, you better delete them too. Like, what are you talking about? Future posts? Oh, you serious, bro? You're fabricating so hard. You're desperate beyond belief. I mean, I can tell, because of the sheepish tone in her voice, she literally had a sheepish tone in her voice, like a skrunkly, light, soft tone, sheepish voice, pitch in her voice. Because you're desperate. You're desperate to shut me up. And you're not going to win. So every time you keep doing this stuff to me, it's just going to backfire on you. So you're fighting a losing battle. So, and you try to make public announcements or be obnoxious and loud like your weapons to your tactic. But in the end, your strategy is just completely flawed, because you don't know the first thing about being quote-unquote tactical and discreet. You lack that expertise. That is not your expertise, my friend. So, yeah. I don't have... And they act like I have some big secret operation plan and undermining them. I'm not at all thinking like that. That's not even my mindset. At all. I'm just living life and want to pray and work out and get a job and chill. And then that's it. Simple and straightforward. So... yeah. Anyways, I'm just gonna wrap it up here. Don't fall for this stupidity and falsehoods like my siblings and sin. So, but it's all exposed. So that's all. and have a good day.